Hey, welcome back. In this video, we're going to do a problem that involves simple and compound interest. All right, so our formulas for simple interest is interest equals principal times rate times time. And then for compound, it's A equals P, open parentheses, 1 plus R to the T power. So A is the amount that's accrued or the ending balance. P would be the principal. R is the rate in decimal form, and then T is time. And then, of course, for simple interest, I is your interest. All right, so let's look at our first example. Glenda has $400 to deposit in 2 different savings accounts in the Bank of Oz. She deposits $300 in account 1 and earns 4.5% annual simple interest. She deposits $100 into account 2, which earns 3% interest compounded annually. Glenda doesn't make any more deposits or withdrawals. What will be the total balance of these 2 accounts at the end of 3 years? So this one's definitely a 2-for-1 problem. So the video may be a little longer. I'm going to try to go as quick as possible. So this one's our simple interest. So that one we're going to write. Always start off with writing down the formula, because sometimes you're finding interest, sometimes you're finding balance. Principal, rate, time, you don't know. You have to pay attention to what the question's asking. I know $300 is the principal, the interest as a decimal, 0.05, and then it said the time was 3 years. Okay, so multiplication is, order doesn't matter. So whether I go 300 times 3, which gives me 900, then I would times the decimal. So I'm going to go with 900 times 0.0. And that gives me $40.50. Now keep in mind, that's not her balance. That's just the interest that she earned. So the interest started, the principal was 300. So for account 1 is $340.50. Okay, so let's look at the second account. So this one, we're going to write down our formula. I see too many times where kids get comfortable, they don't write it, they think they know it, and then they miss it, and it wasn't necessary. Principal is 100, and then the rate 0.03 as a decimal, and then we already know it's 3 years. So we'll do our order of operations. Add what's in the parentheses. This will be to the 3rd power, so that's my next step. I'm going to put this in the calculator to the 3rd. Oops. And this would give me 1.092 roughly. And if I wanted to round that one, it would be 3. Times this by 100. Now this will give me the balance. So this would be $109.30. So I've got to add that. Together. And that gives me my balance. I think the really biggest thing to always think about is pay attention to what the question's asking. So what will happen is it's going to ask you for interest and you figured out balance. Or it's going to give you a simple interest problem and it's going to say, what's the ending balance? Simple interest only calculates simple interest. It doesn't calculate the balance. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.